refuses to wind it down, then it takes 2/3 vote of Congress to bring it back. This is patently unconstitutional. Nixon vetoed this because he thought it crimped his style. Nixon thought that just because the president does it, that means it's lawful and the president could kill anybody he wanted. It's unlawful because it is a delegating from Congress to the president the power to choose a target for war. Madison was very clear. If the president can both choose a target for war and wage the war, he's not a president, he's a prince. We have that power separated. But Congress looks the other way when presidents kill people.
Let me turn this guy off.
Particularly if they're
I didn't go. I'm not feeling well, so you can tell I'm dressed as I was last night, and I just slept. I don't know what's wrong with me, if it's COVID or something else. I don't know that it would be COVID, but I don't feel good. Judge Knapp, that's right. Hey, Pecos Bill. I forget who I was doing this for yesterday. If you have 10,000, you have 10,000 logic, I think it'll be worth $20,000. I don't remember if I finished talking about that. The Aubrey SPAC should be $1.50 maybe. Maybe it's only $1, but right now it's worth more than $1.50. But that price is moving around up and down. And then 12% of the company we get, I think it's going to be worth 60 cents, but let's say 50 cents. So it's $2. So your 10,000, anyway, I forget who I was saying that for. Now I can erase it. Yeah, I'm probably stressed, Robert. I don't know if I'm stressed at this point. At this point, I'm not stressed because I feel so poorly. I just don't give a damn, you know? I just feel like shite. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I've been in bed. I went to bed last night, and then I've been in bed all day. And I intend to go to bed as soon as this ends. My poor dog is just going to have to pee outside. I didn't look at the stock today, but you know, if the downturn in finger stock is brutal, it's probably not the stock you should be in. Why? Because I think the downturn is actually more of an acquisition point. But if you don't believe that, I mean, I'm not saying I'm right. For sure, I'm not necessarily right. But I think it's going to take a little time to recover. But all the good things that were going on are still going on, Kevin. So don't believe this. Don't believe this crap. Don't believe this crap. Everything you need to know is not in the price. But that doesn't mean, Kevin, that it won't have more pressure, you know. I'm not what's the word? I'm not minimizing your point. But I think it's the time to buy the stock, not sell it. Oh, really? I hate onions and garlic. Maybe that's a problem. A woman gave pot gummies to her Rottweiler, and the Rottweiler attacked her, and she put him down. I think it's a sore throat, but I don't know. You know what? I really don't know what it is. I used to be able to sleep when I was a younger man, and I would everything would go away in 24 hours. That's not the case here. Um, I'm not going to drink onions. I hate onions. Ginger, I like ginger. Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D. Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D. Zinc, C, D. All right, I memorized that. Zinc, D, and C. C I can remember. D I can remember. Zinc, I can remember that. Elderberry, melatonin. I don't know if it's sinus. I don't know. It could be. I just want to feel better tomorrow morning. Everybody was feeling joy until she got up and left. I'd love a massage. I'd love a massage. Going back to Kevin's point, I think the logic might lap finger, believe it or not. Hi, Sadalman. Vitamins. Yeah, I got hit by a bus. And it kept going. I know, my dog, poor guy, he's going to have to go out and pee all by himself. I can't walk him. I cannot walk him. I walked him this morning, but I have chills and sweats. And all right, let's call in. Enough about me. Let's call in to the hamster.
William, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's your audience, the voice, the audience.
Hold on, let me merge my people. Hold on. All right, everybody. Welcome to an 8 o'clock call. Again, this is not the financial advice, just two people giving their opinions. And we're going to keep it short tonight. William is under the weather. It's been a long time, William.
I am.
No one, people don't appreciate what you've done, and you're not feeling well, and don't worry about it. We had people take your spot today. We did everything we could.
That's awesome.
All right, so again, I've been up for a long time. My team went down there. I brought a couple of assassins with me, and no fear, we were in the conference room at 6:30 in the morning. We had a gentleman in a suit and tie with his briefcase, and he walked right in and put out the paperwork on everyone's tables and
Awesome.
dais. Everyone, they were all over the place.
Awesome.
Then we went to the street and have some regular people out there saying good morning, welcome to the show, giving them out. The hotel detective came out and tried to chase him, but one of my guys said, "Are you a DC cop?" He said no. Then he said, "Get the fuck out of here." And that was the end of him. He couldn't say anything.
So he got him handed out, but then he had to go.
Yeah, no, we handed out a lot. There was a gentleman, my friend, who had breakfast. One of the guys had breakfast with a guy who said he donated to the movie. I don't know his name, and I was someplace else, so I don't know. But he was going to the conference. He took 40 pieces of paper with him to make sure he got it out to everybody in there. There were Mark Bazile believe was in there also, and another counsel was in there. So there were 3 people in that room. The SEC was speaking. They were not going to take any questions. All right. A lot of people going in wearing suits and ties, took the literature, asked questions. We don't know who they were, but they asked questions and went in, and they 100% know all about finger motion. Trust me, everyone does. We're waiting for the video of Gary Gensler getting in his car, pulling up to the truck, actually stopping and reading it, and our friends filmed him.
Awesome.
Right. So as soon as I get it, I will post it. All right. So if people think this is a waste of time, you're mistaken. It's a waste of my time. It's a pain in the ass, I can tell you that. But we did everything we can, and it wasn't about making the stock go up. It wasn't. This is about exposing the criminals. That's all this is about. Exposing the criminals will make us sing a home run. All right, that's what this is about. We don't stop. We keep going. All right. So as soon as I get the video, it'll go up. Again, there's another little tidbit. The lawyers I heard served Capybara, whatever the hell you call it, that big rat,
Capybara.
whatever he is. They served his hosting company of his website, and they will provide all the information behind his website to the attorneys. All right, that's been done already. Maybe tomorrow we get that information on who the Wizard of Oz is here that's throwing shit at everybody, making stuff up. So again, the lawyers are going to track him down like a dog and drag him to federal court. So he can keep posting, yapping all he wants. But again, the paper trail always leads to the criminals. And that is moving at a great pace. And I heard that before, and I think it's outstanding. I also heard that counterfeiting is the word that has got DC upside down.
Good.
Not the SEC, the Secret Service, and the DOJ. So if you're on Twitter, don't even waste your time copying the SEC, the DOJ, Secret Service, and their response, I was told, we're not the SEC. So again, they are here. They are looking. I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but they are on counterfeiting of the U.S. equity markets. All right. So that's all I can give you on that subject. There's more, but I'm not at liberty to say anything. So I was thrilled about what I heard, and I am going to only copy the Secret Service and the Department of Justice about counterfeiting. And I do believe people are going to go down just on that. All right, so we talked about the web services getting served. We talked about that. We talked about the car. Gensler, I'll get that up as soon as it gets to me. I'll get it up. I told you. Well, sure. So anyway, I wanted to talk about William. Why you're not paying attention. A very dear friend who's a very sophisticated guy, and he's been buying the stock. And he called me up. He says, whoever short the stock is the biggest idiot. The cost to carry from those borrowed shares is through the roof. He has a guy that works for the guy who owns the Mets buying the stock. You know, if you don't know who that is, you figure it out. But his friend is buying it through that place, and they all understand those borrow rates are insane, and that's the sign of a short in trouble. Okay, so I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but he told me that this is 100% sticking out like a sore thumb to many people. So they want to keep manipulating it. It's going to come to an end. It's going to turn. They can't stay short. They got to buy back the stock. All right. So I just want to let you know those rates are off the chart. Everyone saw the real short go up from 1.8 to 3 million, 2.9 something. Okay. That's why the rates are going crazy. No shares to borrow. These guys are pressing their bet for one reason. They need everybody to sell. And I heard I have a friend of mine who lost $70,000, and he had no choice but to sell. You know, they're on margin, they get taken out, you know, they can't afford to keep putting money up. So that's what happens in this game. Again, the sell tickets don't come back to me and William. The money trail goes back to the guys naked shorting. That's where the money is. You know, these guys can bash you all they want. The money trail's not coming to us. I could give a rat's ass. But the big boys in D.C. is not the SEC. It's the Secret Service and the Department of Justice are after counterfeiters. All right. So again, I just wanted to touch on those things. Everything went outstanding. Again, this wasn't a day for us to stand there with signs and protest. Our job was to get in before 8 o'clock in the morning, be assassins, get this thing all over the place. We infiltrated the hotel, which is not an easy thing to do. And my team of people did it. Unfortunately, on the way out, the car broke down and I had to pick them up and take them back to Delaware. So again, I feel bad, but their car broke down, and I had to grab them all and drop them off in Delaware while their car is being repaired. So again, it was a long day, and but our job was to do that, get the paperwork handed out, get the truck in front of there. Other people stop by. I appreciate it, and that's all we can do. William, any questions? Go.
There's not a lot of questions.
Just move through it quickly because I know you don't feel well. So let's move it along.
Have you ever seen borrow rates higher for finger?
No.
Um,
This is like, William, this is like the fever you have. What do you have, 100 fever, 101?
I don't. Yeah, whatever. It's
Just go put a cold rag on your head, and this will knock it down. But again, these rates are through the roof.
yeah. Somebody's saying 240%, which probably means 500.
It's high. It's 250 they're showing now. 254. Remember, that's what they were offering you. The brokerage firm, the stock loan guys are getting the same amount. So this number is bigger.
Yeah.
I told you, Johnny Montgomery, stock loan was speaking to brokers at the firm that I know, telling them to ask their clients to lend out the stock, and they'll pay the brokers a fee. And that got back to us. We have a gentleman who texted me. He's having, he's at a table with Donald Trump Jr. at an event shortly with Donald. He doesn't know where Donald Trump will be sitting, but he said he's going to have our document that we handed out at the SEC conference today. And I put up there just a little while ago, give him the Forbes cover, print that out. I think that would be better. But anyway, he'll be there. People are reaching out to people. I met someone that knows Mr. Kennedy's nephew. He's good friends with someone we know down in Alabama. And he's out in California. We're trying to get a meeting with Kennedy on his presidential tour going on right now. And my buddy thinks that would be a great fit for him to tell that story. So we're trying to set up, and I would go see him on that. That's two people I know that know him, so we're trying to get in the door there. We won't stop. We're going to keep going. So don't get disheartened by the attacks. We've seen this attack. We went to 10. They pushed it back down, back up. The story keeps getting stronger. Listen, all the crazy stuff up to 10, back down. This company's listed on the NASDAQ, all the attacks, all the short, everything that's going on. The company's fundamentals are solid. You can see it yourself. No one's making it up. It's right there. It got listed on the NASDAQ. This company is going in the right direction. As a matter of fact, Benchmark said the stock, they gave it a target of 5. Okay. And they said they're looking for, that was before the revenue went from 4 to 10, right? Who's in the race to sell it below the bottom target price is 5? They even told you that was a brokerage firm, had an analyst, a financial analyst, give it a target of 5. And all the bashers are saying it's going to 0. Everybody's going to 0. That's all you have to take in consideration what you see. Forget everybody. Forget what people on our side say, what they say. Benchmark is in the middle. No one knows them. They said $5, and that was before the revenue went from 4 to 10. So if Benchmark is still following it, let's say they raised the target. I'm not saying they raised the target to 10. They may say 750. So what's the panic of selling it below 5? What's the race? They need you to sell. It's pretty easy. Next question, William. Anything else?
Yeah. Why, I got to get the whole question, but why, when there's a bear raid, does the interest in the stock and the volume go down?
Because people shit their pants. People don't know what's going on. It's not easy to buy a stock when they're terrorizing you. It's not easy.
No, that's
okay.
Right. That's right.
People that have been doing this a long time buy it, but once you buy the stock, you buy 10,000 shares. I knew a guy bought, I think he said 70,000 today, 68,000, something like that. He was buying 5 at a time for his clients. And every time he put a bid up, they hit it. They hit it at 520, 530, 515, 5. They just kept hitting it. but it's coming. In order to buy the stock, you need someone to sell it to you. So everybody's got to, why are they selling it down? Well, if you want to buy it, that's when you buy it. When the selling dries up and they can't sell, when these guys can't sell this anymore, think about them trying to go the other way. That's it. The fundamentals of the company are outstanding. Do your own legwork. It's right there. No one's pumping you up on it. Go read it yourself. Go watch it. Go watch the videos. Go read the press releases. The company was attacked. They hired a lawyer. They're not backing down. The company was upgraded to the NASDAQ. These guys, why? It's a scam. It's full of shit. They're telling you everything that's moronic. All right? They just keep attacking it because what would you say? If I was the short sellers, I'd be saying the same shit. You guys are a fraud. Williams backdooring stock. You name it. Everybody would be saying everything. I'd be saying the same thing. Get that stock down. Get these people to sell. That's what they're trying to do. So again, their desperation is all over the place. And you know what? Their day is coming. So I don't know if it's tomorrow, but it's coming. Yeah, William, anything else?
Did you get any new enforcement information as it regards equity in markets? Was there any new discussion by these guys?
No, we weren't allowed. I wasn't allowed into the conference.
And there wasn't any Q&A.
There's no Q&A, so they just speak, and I'm sure they just say the same thing. We're enforcing, we're doing this, we're doing that, the same bullshit line. I told you, the big boys are in town. The guys with the guns and badges are coming. All right? Forget the SEC. Those people even said, forget the SEC. We're not the SEC. Okay? They're coming. I can't tell you where they're going to land, but they're coming. Once they grab somebody, everyone else is going to run. So
that's right.
I'm just saying that everybody who goes on Twitter, tag the Secret Service and the DOJ. All right? We've all been focusing on getting the SEC to see our stuff, Secret Service and the DOJ. If you just see, I just tweeted it to Charlie Payne. I'm going to try to get him focused to let him know that the big boys are here. I'm going to get the movie people to get focused on that also. You okay, William? I don't want to go too long. We don't have much, so we're not going to drag this out.
Go ahead and drag it out. I'll make it. You're doing all the work.
You can't talk. Anything else? Anybody else got any questions?
Do you think the press saw the truck?
Everybody saw the truck. They don't walk around with jackets that say Bloomberg and Reuters. So many people came by, and this is a different location than the SEC, William. There are actually people in the streets.
It's the part of town where there's actually people. You're right.
Right. It's very different. The SEC, it's like a ghost town over there, and that was directly for the SEC.
That's right.
People walking by, taking the handouts, asking questions, and it's very different. All right. So again, we did our job. The job was done well. The car broke down. I'm waiting to get the video, Gary Gensler. We got great updates. I believe the Secret Service and the DOJ are on this. Again, I don't know where they pop up, whatever you want to call it. But the word counterfeiting is the $1 million word here. So just focus on counterfeiting, tag them, whatever you want to say. But use the tag counterfeiting, and they know all about it. So I'll leave you with that. Anything else, William?
Well, one gentleman who's a good listener said today was brutal, and I responded kind of, I don't know, sarcastically. I don't know how, but anyway, maybe you might have a comment on whether you felt the stock price action in Finger was brutal.
I didn't watch it all day. I could see the price going down. I got it. Okay, they're doing everything they can so that people say exactly what you're saying. This was brutal. I can't stand it. I had enough. That's what the game plan is. Unfortunately, we can't stop these attacks. I can't. People are buying it. When it turns, it turns. That's just, we're not going away. Okay, they'll stop hitting it and it'll turn. That's all you got to listen, if it's killing you, you got to move on. I can't.
Or just reduce your position so it doesn't drive you crazy.
Yeah, if you're nervous, you know what? as it bounces up, if you own a couple of thousand shares, you sell 100 shares a day to reduce your exposure. That's all.
Ace is going on later tonight if you want to join him. I don't know
Oh,
what
that's
time.
stupid hat. I don't know what time he's going to go on. I'll try to do
Stupid
it.
hat.
I'm
stupid
actually
hat.
tired. I'm tired.
He'll wear a Florida State hat if you go on.
And then he has me all day long. But yeah. So again, just be, William, go take care. Go take a nice shower. Everything on as far as I see it is outstanding. Again, the stock price was attacked from 7 to 5. Ruthless selling. I told you I can destroy Apple Computer by selling counterfeit shares. You can destroy any stock by doing it.
And it becomes self-fulfilling.
Listen, when you sell a stock down fast, everyone does the same thing. Everyone says the same thing. What's going on? What's going on? They all say the same thing. But that's what their game plan is. Once you get the investors to break apart and start questioning what they're doing, that's what their game plan is. In finger motion, it's very different. There's people like William, Busy Brands, Avid, Ace, it's not Legal Advice, Richard, you name it. Tozer, all these people are just all acting, everyone's helping out, educating, everyone's just, I can't even thank everybody. It's just, I'm running around and people have my back all day. What else can I say?
Yeah.
You have to, I have to leave the desk. I have to go, fight the fight. And, we did it, Listen, it's not easy to go stand in front of the SEC enforcement building and call them scumbags. I don't think there's many people have the balls to go do that. All right. I didn't see one short seller.
Truth is a defense.
I didn't see one short seller that had every chance to come with their sign. We love naked shorting. There was not one person there. I don't know where. I would help make their signs for them if they want to walk around, but they never show up. They're all over the message boards all night. All these new guys. Everyone's a bad. We're all bad people. They're here to save us all. All I know is that Benchmark is neutral in this whole thing. We say this, the bear should say that. Benchmark says the stock is $5 pending an upgrade based on revenue. The revenue was $4 million when they did the report. It's now $10 million. And what's the race to sell it? I'm not Benchmark. I have nothing to say with it. They met with the company. They knew everything about the company. And yet someone is willing to blast it out and call it a fraud. Why isn't Benchmark out there calling it a fraud? They should be the first person. They attach their name to it, right?
A couple of people are asking, is there a clock on when Univest comes in? In other words, if it goes too long, will they step away? Or when do they come in? Does Finger have any control over when Univest steps in?
I don't know. Controlling people's money. People who have money, you don't control them. They do what they have to do. I mean, that's just the way it goes. I know people that were buying it up to 7.25 the other day. Very deep pocket people, Bitcoin went from 26,000 to 34. Some of those people that are buying stock made much more money being long a lot of Bitcoin. And I put it up there August 25th. Okay. We know the Bitcoin people, William, you met them. You know that we know them. And they were buying, $100, $200 million worth of Bitcoin at 26,000. It's 34,000. They said it's going higher. So making a lot of money on that side of the coin. And you know what? They throw money at this when they want to, and that's their business. So that's how big money operates. They make it, they keep accumulating other things until they work out.
Ace is coming on at 10:30 tonight, just so you know.
10:30. Jesus, I'll be 3 pot gummies down the road by then. I'm going out tonight. I'm tired. Anything else, William?
No, that's about it.
Listen, everything went great today. When I get the video of Gary Gensler staring out of his car, I didn't
love
do
that.
it. Someone
I
else took
love
the
it.
video.
I love it.
Looking at the truck, he stopped.
I
Looking,
love it.
they have a video. They took the video. They made a point to call me, tell me they have the video.
That's
So
awesome.
when I get it, I will post it so you can all get a laugh.
That's just awesome. Hey, Jeff Hennig, he's his sense of humor. His sense of humor is actually better than not legal advices. He always says, "I don't like the." That's how he starts everything. I don't like the Kramers very much. I don't like.
I told you there may be a loophole against the Kramers coming up shortly. So that's going to get into it. Very interesting soon, I think. So,
I don't think the Kramers or Jeff Easton are going to find that their so-called clients and the people that are backing them are going to be there very long once they get called in to the whatever.
Listen, these guys can hide all they want, but it all leads back to the beginning. The beginning was toxic financing.
Yeah.
And that's the day these guys are in. Whether they moved it along, passed it to another LLC, it doesn't make a difference. When they investigate it, they go back to the beginning. Toxic loans is what makes it happen. So again, these guys can think and put their hands up. If you just watch Judd Bagley's, I put it up many times with Sedona, Amro, and Rhino, the whole business thing is right there. It tells you exactly how they do it. Lynn and the Kramers, they signed the note saying, we will not make it short. But as soon as you walk out the door, they're naked shorting using a different LLC.
That's what they're doing. And they say, hey, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I didn't do a share. Now,
Caught me on the bathroom floor with the girl next door. It wasn't me.
Right. So the best part about the whole thing is that how the guy from what's the guy's name from Australia?
John Hancock.
John Hancock. His fund, Lynn's global fund, is up 220%. Every stock that they made an investment in is a zero. Yet that guy put in the Australian newspaper, he's up 220%. I didn't write that. He says it in the Australian newspaper. We got the quote on the cover of the newspaper. He's up 220% investing with Lynn. Lynn wouldn't tell us that, but he was nice enough to tell everybody that he's up 200. Go tell it to the people, SYTA, the stock went from 10 to pennies, and they gave him $10 million. How'd they get their money out? Right? They never got out.
Mark Bazile calls it dilutive financing, which is probably a more accurate word.
Right.
But it's all toxic.
It's the whole thing is a mess. Again, these guys think that the paper trail goes away. They think the federal authorities can't figure out their LLC daisy chains. They think they can't figure out the trading. Once it starts, these guys can unwind this stuff in minutes. I'm sure they can figure it out in minutes. How all this trading back and forth, washing, spoofing, all that nonsense is going on. They'll get them. They'll be these guys. The paper trail will lead back, and like Hancock, he's on the advisory board. These guys are all going to get dragged into it. So again, once you lose a couple of $1 billion, trust me, everyone's coming knocking. People, we throw around the word $1 billion like it's a quarter. That is massive money. Imagine losing $5-10 billion. That's massive. And guess what? When this does happen, Jeffries is going to bust and go to zero.
Well,
all right, there's no way to put about. They can't afford to take that loss.
They had a free ride while interest rates were low and money was free for free. That's all changed.
All right. All right. Listen, William, have a great night. Go rest up. We'll see you tomorrow. And
a lot of people are thanking you. A lot of people appreciate everything you did.
Listen, you guys are coming along for the ride. I appreciate it. If we need help, we always ask. But for the most part, I like to thank my buddy Phil and his little cohorts. These guys were those guys were amazing. I mean, no one's I'm sure the hotel, if they had video of it, you'd be dying laughing to see what they did. But again, these guys were amazing, and they did their time. They got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, got there at 6:30, and you know what? When they were done, they had a breakfast. We left town. They got a flat, and they got hurt there, whatever, in the car, and they needed a ride, so I had to go get them. So that was the day.
Well, this new
All right.
this new Speaker of the House might be someone that goes after counterfeiting. It might be.
Listen, they keep, again, it's coming to a head. They can sit there and yap all they want. The desperation, guys, I've never seen desperation like this in my life. Listen, they can write everything they want. The stories are coming out. They're aggressive. But guess what? The lawyers are smarter. They filed in a federal court, and they're going to get discovery. They're going to find out their names. And once they get their names, where they're from, they'll go to discovery, get their trading records, see who they're talking to, and the whole network will get exposed.
Lucky. Sorry.
The whole network will get exposed from a different angle. That's it. They're messing with lawyers that are very, very, very strong in what they do. Lawyers with great connections in DC, and good luck handling that. You know, so listen, remember, we go to the police. We don't run from the police. I invited everybody down there today. All the criminals were invited. All right. We're the only criminals that showed up is us. We were calling the police on ourselves. We were right there. But the other criminals didn't want to come. All the guys that want to save us from the world, they didn't want to show up. But we were there. Anyway, listen, William,
Right.
I kept you too long. I apologize.
Okay.
I said I'd be short.
Okay.
Get well. Go take a nice hot shower. Go get some NyQuil, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Sam.
You got a good night.
Call ended.
All right. Everyone, you asked a couple of questions. I don't think ASPA has stopped trading. I just think it got to 8 o'clock. It doesn't mean that the shorts won't keep shorting Logic because they feel like they don't have to deliver, and they don't have to deliver Data Logic. However, what you're hoping for is that there will be a reverse merger candidate that'll be worth 50, 60 cents in the or 40 cents. I don't know, 50 cents in the shell. I forget what else somebody asked. On Logic, I think you're going to get a record date very soon. Why? Because they've announced that before, that they're going to get the vote done and then announce a record date. So that should be pretty soon. I think the stock will go up. I'm gonna end this. I forgot to ask him about that. I don't know if he'll go on. He might. Today was like Kevin said, it was brutal on the stock price of Finger, but to me it wasn't a surprise. And Kevin, everything that was in place before is still in place. So we'll see what happens. VIX, I like that idea. VIX. I like that idea, VIX. I don't have any VIX though. Yeah, I gotta do something. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. There were some other questions I wanted to answer, but we can do it tomorrow. I really am grateful that everyone signs on and comes in and listens. And I'm glad Jeff is here. His sense of humor, Jeff. Careful, lucky boy. All the cords are at risk when Lucky Boy is around. So everybody, let's pray for all the children around the world uh, in the war zones for peace, and also let's pray for Jenny. And I'm sure there's others out there, but Matt Kay just lost his father. Pray for him and his father going to heaven. I'm going to sign off now. I'll check to see if there's any urgent comment. All right, lucky boy, please don't knock everything down. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, ring it, ring it. You can ring my bell. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go sleep and just hopefully the chills and the pain leaves my body tonight, and I wake up tomorrow feeling better. Oh, you're a good boy. You're gonna knock everything down, aren't you? You're gonna knock everything. You're gonna knock everything down, because that's what you are. You are one wrecking ball. All right, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna just say peace, love, and happiness to everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow. I hope it's just a fever and not COVID or something. But anyway, we'll see how it is tomorrow. So thank you, everybody. I'm gonna end soon, right? Like right now. Unos, dos, tres.